The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users, on demand on iTunes and on YouTube, and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated across the United States into 12 million additional households. I'm your host, Gary Baumgarten. Welcome to the show. Well, we have a very volatile subject today and tomorrow. Before I introduce my guest, who is just walking in now, a personal note. I want to thank Boaz Frankel for handling the anchoring duties for the last week and a half, and I want to thank all of you for your kind words on the occasion of the death of my father. It shows how great the Paltalk community is, and I shared those words of condolence with my entire family from each and every one of you, and I want to thank you for that. Anyway, today my guest is the Israeli Consul General to New York, Asaf Shariv, and I welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
I see that you're wearing a suit. As I researched this story, I saw a picture of you in a Mets cap and shirt, and I'm just wondering, since you've been here for, what, about 2 years now?
Just
a year and a half,
something like
that. Did you become a Mets fan and not a Yankee fan? Because we might have a little problem with this interview if you became a Mets fan.
I'm a fan of the New York teams.
There you go.
The occasion you saw me with the Mets shirt is the Mets dedicated a game for the Israeli 60th anniversary, and I had the pleasure of throwing the first pitch.
Ah, okay. So you're an ecumenical kind of baseball fan.
I'm a Tel Aviv and New York fan.
There you go.
Not a specific team. And this is my answer. I'm a diplomat. I can't say that I'm
Now, is there an Israeli league, or did that kind of fold? Because my nephew actually played for one of the teams in Israel, and I understand there is no league anymore.
Last year there was a league. It wasn't very successful, and the economical situation here, that the founder of the league was an American Jew, and he cannot go on with it anymore, so there's no more league, but we have our own version of a football league this year for the first time in Israel.
You mean American football?
American football.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You're getting smart, getting rid of that so-called football that that you've been playing all along soccer. Obviously, you're here not to talk about trivialities such as this, a very serious situation in the Middle East, and that, of course, has to do... Well, actually, that camera died on us, so we're using this little camera here. Are you on cam? Probably you have to move in a little bit closer to me, they're telling me. All right. How's that, guys? You can see us both now? We'll become very cozy here.
You're fine, Gary. Excellent.
All right, thank you very much for that. I think last year, and I think the news media has underreported this issue. There were, if I'm not correct, you will, I'm sure, correct me, approximately 3,000 rockets that were fired into Israel from the Gaza.
This is only last year. Since 2001, April 2001 was the first rocket, and since then we had 10,000, more than 10,000.
More than 10,000.
And since the disengagement from Gaza in 2005, when Israel withdrew from Gaza completely to the international border, we had 8,000.
So I think the sense I'm getting in the feedback from the international community, which is not always very supportive of Israel, as we all know, is that many believe that Israel has a right to defend itself, but not to win, apparently. A disproportional response, as it is called, is unfair. What's the position of the government on that?
First of all, I have the very good suggestion to the Palestinians for a proportional response. Don't shoot at us,
and you won't shoot at them.
We won't shoot back. It will be the most proportional response. I don't think you can measure a proportional response in the number of casualties. I'll give you a lot of examples from the past. For example, Germany bombed United Kingdom, Britain during World War II, killing 80,000 civilians. United Kingdom bombed German cities after that, killing 2 million people. So what? Does it make Germany the right side? Are we not praising United Kingdom for doing that? There is no such thing proportional. As Mayor Bloomberg said, if somebody is calling the police, would you send only one policeman to attack if there's only one murderer in the neighborhood? You would send a lot more. If somebody is hitting us, we are stronger than the Palestinian. We would rather not shoot at all. If they won't shoot at us, we won't shoot at all. But once we are going into war, we are stronger. I don't think we should apologize for that.
It's interesting. It's obvious that militarily you were winning the war, but the propaganda campaign seems to be a bit on the side of the Palestinians. Perhaps there's just a natural tendency, human nature, to support the underdog. And of course, when you see video that's posted all over the net, whether real or contrived, because some of it is not real, of civilians who sadly are being wounded and killed, it tends to engender a sympathetic response for the Palestinians and not for the Israelis.
First of all, there are civilians who are getting hit and injured, and we are sorry on each and every one of them. We wish that it didn't happen. We have a problem with the Palestinians. Not with the Palestinians, with Hamas. They are using their own people as human shields. Just today we released photos of a school that was they put boobies inside in order to explode the whole thing. They're using everything in their power so we will eat civilians. This is the way they are talking. I don't think that we are the underdog in this story. Israel is 8 million people, and the Arab world is a lot more big than us and many more people. I don't think we are the underdog. Even if Israel, before there were ever Palestinians, people weren't always supportive of us.
Our guest is Asaf Shariv. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Perfect.
Perfectly. He's the Consul General for Israel to New York. I apologize that you only seen part of me, or maybe you're thankful you're only seeing part of me, because our big camera just went out just before the show, so we're using a little webcam, and it's not wide enough an angle to grab both of us very well, but maybe that's better that way. As you can see, there are a lot of people who are in queue to talk to you. Let's get right to some of the callers. Christoph is joining us from Germany. Christoph, welcome to News Talk Online.